This is the story of a girl who happens to be really brave and skillful, but her parents want her to act like a conventional girl who is just supposed to marry and bear children. Let's see how her life turns out. Welcome to Movie Recall. In today's video, we will be going through the 2020 movie Mulan. It's time to recall. Let's get started, turn on subtitles, and spoilers ahead. The movie starts and we go on to see a little girl named Mulan. The girl happens to be very intelligent and athletic. She is one of her parents' two daughters, but the girl does not act like a girl at all. Her father asks her to catch a chicken because he himself is not fit enough to do so. Following the chicken, she climbs onto the roof. The chicken keeps going from one roof to another, and so does Mulan. As Mulan is trying to climb off a rooftop, she slips, but rather than falling off the roof, she climbs it, showing off her skills. The girl moves like a warrior. Everyone looks on and says things like, "A girl should not be doing such things," but the girl's father is very proud of her. The villagers go on to say crap about the girl, and some of them can be heard saying that this girl brings nothing but shame to her family. These people follow the ancient traditions, and according to that, they cannot train a girl to be a warrior. The girl is just supposed to marry and bear as many children as she can, and this is the only way to bring honor to the family. Mulan then overhears her mother telling her dad that the girl should not be engaging in such activities. The mother tells the man of the family to stop Mulan from acting like a boy because if she keeps doing that, the people of the town are going to start calling her a witch. Her dad assures the mother that he will talk to the girl. Mulan gets really upset when her father comes to her and he tells her that this conventional thinking of society goes way back hundreds of years and we cannot break the rules of society. Mulan then decides that she will never go against the conventions of society because she does not want to see her parents sad. Her dad tells her that they will find a great match for her, adding that she should be ready to get married when she grows up. Time goes by just like that, and in the next scene, we go on to see that Mulan is now a big girl. The scene changes again, and we see a witch kills a man and takes his identity to enter the city near the garrison, guarding the northwestern part of the Chinese Empire. Soon, the Roran army led by Bori Khan begins attacking the garrison of Chinese with the help of the witch. When the soldiers on the roof of the garrison watch Bori arrive with his army, they go on to rain down arrows on them. Bori Khan goes on to catch one of those arrows and shoots it back in the garrison. The witch, who is already there in another man's shape, takes this arrow as a signal, and she now gets back to her real shape. She also starts her work as we see her killing many soldiers in the blink of an eye. On the other hand, Bori Khan has also gotten there, and they kill as many soldiers of the Chinese garrison and terrorize many surrounding cities. After the battle, the witch pretends to be another garrison soldier and goes to the imperial city. She tells the emperor about the attack. One of the emperor's men then shows up, and he also goes on to tell the emperor that Bori Khan has terrorized the whole towns, and it seems like a bloodbath there. The word spreads around the place that Bori's army is advancing towards the imperial palace. The emperor is then told that Bori Khan is really powerful because he has a very powerful witch on his side. The emperor is a little shocked to learn this, as he goes on to say that this is nearly impossible because he had all the witches wiped out from the country. The emperor goes on to say that he is going to get one man from all the families in China to form a large army to defend their lands. The emperor knows that Bori Khan is the son of a soldier he killed in a war a few years ago. The emperor orders the strongest men from every family in China to be sent to war, as they have to win this war at any cost. Later on, the witch transforms into a bird and makes her way back to Bori Khan's camp. Bori Khan tells her about his power and throws some insulting remarks towards the witch, and she gets angry. She goes on to grab him by the neck, but then Bori Khan calms her down by saying that he will become emperor and she will stay with him forever. In the next scene, we go on to see Mulan riding her horse. She seems like a very skilled rider, and when she gets home, her mother goes on to tell her that the matchmaker has found a suitable match for her. She gets sad but doesn't say anything. Since she has not said anything in response, her mother takes her silence as a yes. The next day, they wear some traditional clothes and go to the matchmaker's house. Mulan acts like a normal girl who has no problem following the way of society. She even goes on to make and serve tea, which only girls are supposed to do, of course. She then sees a bug, and in order to keep the spider away from her sister, who is afraid of spiders, Mulan sees that the spider is now on the table, so she goes to pick up the teapot and puts it on the spider to keep it away from her sister. The matchmaker, however, does not like it and orders her to put the teapot where it was before, and as she does that, the spider starts moving again. When the spider comes in front of her sister, the girl starts shouting and creates a mess. When all the cups are about to fall off the table, Mulan moves swiftly and catches them, only to drop them when her hair comes in front of her eyes. This is how the girl ends up creating quite a mess, and the matchmaker gets pissed off and kicks the whole family out of the house, humiliating them. She goes on to call them a disgraceful family, and her father still does not say anything. He just takes the family with him and heads back home. When they are on the way, the emperor's soldiers arrive and tell them about the decision of the emperor. They go on to tell the whole village that they are supposed to give them at least one fighting man from each family and shows them the note sent by the emperor himself. Mulan's father tells the soldiers that he has fought wars before and he is ready to do it again because there is no other male member of the family. But he is too weak and falls down in front of the soldiers. Everyone is worried, but the man does not say anything and leaves. When they are having dinner that night, his wife of course goes on to show concern, as his wife Li goes on to say that he should not be going to this war because if he goes, it is sure that he is not coming back. The man, however, gets pissed and tells his wife to stay quiet. When Mulan is about to say something, he scolds her as well and storms out of there. That night, when everyone has gone to sleep, Mulan sees her father taking out his armor and his sword. He then gets ready to sharpen his sword, making it clear that he is not backing down. Mulan then goes to him and they sit together. They go on to talk about the good times they have spent together when Mulan used to be a little girl. Mulan is really worried for him, so she finally asks her father to reconsider what he is thinking, but her father says that this is the duty of every man in the country. Mulan cannot take her eyes off of her father. She notices that her father is trying to wield his sword, but he is too weak to fight. She decides to stop her father from going. In the morning, Mulan takes her father's armor and sword and flees the house on horseback to join the Chinese army. The next morning, her family finds out that Mulan has left the house by taking her father's weapons. They try to follow her, but her father stops them and explains that the villagers would reveal Mulan's secret and that she would be considered a witch and will be killed. Mulan's mother also tells her father to bring the girl back, but he tells her the same thing, adding that it would be a stupid thing to do. Having no other choice, Mulan's father goes to pray to his ancestors for his daughter's safety. On the other hand, Mulan has never gotten out of her village, so she is not at all familiar with the roads. The girl ends up getting lost and falls asleep. When she wakes up, a phoenix guides her and she joins the Chinese army. Mulan goes to the camp where soldiers are being registered. Mulan and Chen begin to fight due to the soldiers' push. When the two do not stop fighting, the commander named Tung gets there and separates them, saying that fighting is forbidden in the camp. He seizes Mulan's sword and asks her name. Mulan introduces herself as Hua Jun. Tung then gets to know her father's name and goes on to return the sword to her. When all the soldiers have registered themselves, they are sent to a camp. When she gets inside the tent, she sees everyone naked and gets worried. This is when the commander shows up again and tells them to go take a bath. He then asks for volunteers to stay up the whole night as the night guard. Mulan right away volunteers so that she does not have to take a shower in front of everyone. She stays on duty for the better part of the night and then gets back to the tent to get some sleep. The next morning, she wakes up and gets in line where all the newcomers have been gathered. The captain goes on to tell the rules and regulations of the training camp, and she is terrified that any dishonest person would be expelled from the camp and sent home as a defamer. They are also told that bringing a woman to the camp is also strictly forbidden. Shortly after, the commander undergoes military exercises such as archery, sword, and spear, as well as rigorous challenge exercises, such as lifting a bucket full of water with their arms stretched out all the way to the top of the mountain. Almost all the soldiers end up getting too tired before they get to the top. One day a soldier is sent home for breaking the rules as that soldier tries to get to the top by cheating. When Mulan and Chen are training at the training field and Mulan uses her powerful Kai to win. At the same time, Bori Khan is seen gathering the tribe in his tent and making plans for battle. Bori Khan vows to take revenge and says that they do not care about the riches of gold and silver, but rather pursue their power with greater power. Bori Khan goes on to insult the witch, unbeknownst to the fact that she is there in the form of a bird. Later, Lang goes on to confront about it, and Bori tells her that she is nothing more than a slave. The commander, on the other hand, calls Mulan to her camp and tells her that he noted her Kai and her Kai is very strong. He also tells her that he fought with her father. That day, she and Chen fight when they're practicing and their fight gets heated. All the soldiers leave practice and start looking at them. She goes on to defeat him and Commander Tung is very impressed by her. When Mulan goes back to her tent, she is congratulated by everyone on her great victory. Mulan trains even harder and becomes the best soldier there. She is the first one to get to the top of the mountain with the buckets, much to the shock of all the other soldiers. They come to congratulate her again but complain that she smells really bad, so she finally decides to take a shower in the river that night. When she is showering, she is joined by Chen, who she tells to go away but sticks around telling her that they are equal and that they have to look out for each other. She is now becoming a great soldier, but she feels dishonest while repeating the 3 virtues engraved on her father's sword: loyal, brave, and true. She considers confessing the truth to the commander, but before she has the chance, the commander tells her that they are moving into battle. They go into battle and Mulan fights hard, impressing everyone with her bravery and skills. She even comes face to face with the witch. At the end of the battle, she ends up confessing that she is a girl, and the commander expels her from the army, sending her home as a disgrace to her family and her country. On her way back from the war, Mulan meets Witch, who tells her that she has been through the same fate Mulan is going through right now. She also worked hard for the country but ended up being expelled. She offers Mulan to join Bori Khan, but Mulan of course refuses and goes back to the army camp. She tells the commander about Bori Khan's plans. Mulan has other soldiers' support, so the commander forgives her and asks her to lead a team to the palace. The witch pretends to be the emperor's chancellor and goes to the emperor. Bori Khan claims to have fought a duel personally. The emperor accepts and leaves to fight. At that moment, Mulan reaches the palace to attack Bori's soldiers. The commander asks the soldiers to protect Mulan and help her reach the emperor. On the other hand, the emperor attacks the enemy soldiers, but Bori Khan captures him. When Mulan finally gets to the palace, she only finds the witch, who tells her that she is too late. The witch then takes Mulan to Bori Khan, where he is about to burn the emperor alive. Bori Khan kills the witch, and Mulan then fights Bori and makes quick work of Bori Khan, killing him with an arrow to his heart. After the battle, Mulan is offered a position as an imperial guard, but she says she has to return home to her family. Upon returning home, she receives a warm welcome from everybody. Then the emperor's soldiers arrive and present her with a sword sent by the emperor. They ask her to reconsider the emperor's offer, and with that, the movie comes to an end. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new movie recaps.